At Takaya Primary School in Malindi, angry members of the public invade the school premises, baying for the blood of two teachers accused of allegedly using magic. That in turn resulted to this, pupils allegedly possessed with demons. The affected pupils lay prostrate on the ground, speaking in a strange language, a behavior that scared many. And since superstition is strongly embedded in the African culture, the people here quickly arrived at their conclusion. It was the work of dark forces. But according to Dr. Joe Omolo, a clinical psychologist, these pupils were not possessed and that there is more to it than what meets the eye.
By dissociation, you're actually talking about a split between thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So when the disconnect exists between thoughts, feelings, and actions, then the resultant condition is what is called dissociation, or as the old term would have it, hysteria.
Hysteria describes unmanageable emotional excesses that makes one lose self-control due to an overwhelming fear. And the good news is that the condition is treatable, according to Dr. Omolo.
What you're looking at is what we call in psychology cognitive restructuring. And when you're restructuring, like in restructuring a building or some kind of construction, you are modifying the way it's built. Here in restructuring the mind, you are actually seeking to help the individual to reconnect the thoughts, their feelings, and their action.
But even though this case was as a result of hysteria, the doctor is not ruling out the idea of the existence of demons, only that it happens rarely and not in this case. According to the doctor, the pupils needed treatment, but surprisingly, this is not the first time such an incident has been reported at the school. Mass hysteria has been reported mainly in girls' schools, and many may be wondering why.
The reason, again, is very clear if we look at it from a scientific perspective. One of the things that we know is that the female brain and the male brain are very different. We know, for example, that the female brain is wired in such a way that women have greater access to their emotions. The female brain is better regulates and is in better touch with their emotions. We say that the women are able to operate in both their left and right side of the brain, with the right side of the brain being the major center of most emotions, although the left also has some aspects of that. If you look at the brain of the males, males are more left brain. The left brain is characterized by logical, rational, technical thought, which means that men are a little bit more detached neurologically from their emotions.
Then why is it occurring in schools?
It is perfectly understandable, for example, that the coastal region, which has a very strong superstitious worldview, especially in the interaction between humans and demonic, magini, and all the like, as opposed to, say, other areas. You find that when we move to a less superstitious understanding, then cases of hysteria also reduce, and that is very, very telling. And so I would say that the reason that we've been seeing this frequent occurrence is first and foremost due to our rather religious, superstitious, cultural understanding that provides a very rich ground for such occurrence to take place. You are actually educating the brain to become fairly hysterical.
In spite of the explanations given by medics, fear of the unknown still abounds, and it may take a while for many parents especially to get convinced that mass hysteria is purely a medical condition and not some handiwork of the devil. Sharon Baranga, NTV.